'cause I am the queen.
Hey guys, welcome back to another book rant video, and today I'm excited because we are getting into one of my favorite genres, which is romance, but more specifically dark romance. And today we're going to be talking about The Ritual and the Sacrifice by Shantel Tessier. They are part of the L.O.R.D series. It is the first and second one, and I'm really excited because I love both of these books. So let's get into it. First, let's talk about The Ritual. My favorite. Amazing. This is Blakely and Riot, who their relationship is I just love their relationship and how it comes together. They're part of this college, this world where they have lords, and they go to specific college, and there's initiations, things like that. To me, it's like trained assassins because they do kill people when they're told to. I should say they do when they're supposed to. But there is that. Blakely is the main character of the girl. She in Riot, she becomes Riot's chosen, which is just a little agreement between one of the lords and just another girl. You know, kind of I don't want to say a romantic relationship. It involves into that sometimes, but sometimes it's kind of just whatever. But yes, Blakely and Riot, Blakely chooses to become Riot's chosen because her boyfriend, who is a piece of shit, cheats on her. So she's like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm gonna go hang out with this guy who seems like a better choice, which he is a better choice. He doesn't make Blakely seem, bad about why she feels and the way she feels, because her boyfriend made her feel disgusted by her sexual desires. Riot fully supports it, fully willing to try whatever it is she wants to try, fully willing to allow her to embrace herself and not make her feel bad for it, which is great, by the way. This, honestly, if you have not read dark romance before, I wouldn't suggest starting with this. These aren't my first ones. They were soon after, but these were my first ones. You can do whatever you want, really. I just don't suggest these being your introduction into it. Because if you know anything about dark romance and just what can happen, just the different triggers or just whatever, I would suggest it, but you can do whatever you want. It was, I want to say, like, I don't know how to describe it. I loved it, and it was just so much good. There's just so much adding on once, like, a good chunk, it starts with just Riot and Blakely kind of just getting into their own, doing what they needed to do, and then you kind of get into her ex-boyfriend, Matt, who for some reason, which I have never fully understood, is obsessed with having Blakely, like, and I know, like, their families kind of had, like, a whole arrangement because they do arranged marriages in this world, and she was arranged to marry him. She was okay with it, but she kind of, learning more about him, wasn't really wanting to. But he just seemed, from the beginning, obsessive and just, something was just straight up off. Like, something deeper was going on with him. And he just did not seem, something bad seemed to just resonate from this character, that I was just like, okay, there's more to what he wants than just wanting to marry Blakely. He's not just upset about her not being his chosen, because I think he had a different chosen anyway. But something else happened, and you learned that because he tries to buy Blakely from Riot, which that's a little much, but Riot, he's smart. Like, he knew something was up. He was like, no, and he was starting to fall for Blakely anyway. So he was like, screw you, she's mine. You can't have her. And he went and tells Blakely all types of mess. And she starts to question Riot a little bit. There's a whole issue, but she kind of learned back into some stuff, and it was just, once you get to like the middle, then towards the end, there's a lot of plot twist going. Okay, and you learn that Matt, her ex, is a fucking psycho. Okay, for no reason. Just I understand. It just, the things that were happening. Just, he and Blakely's mother like kidnapped Blakely. And to be honest with you, I should probably reread it to figure, because I don't fully never really understood what he wanted from her. I think he just wanted her dead. I think it came to a point where Matt just wanted Blakely dead. I don't understand why and how that would benefit him, because they were supposed to be married, the families conjoined. It's about money. Okay, it's just about money. I don't understand why he wanted to kill her so badly and how that would benefit. I think it was really just a power trip for him. He seems like a narcissist. And because she didn't want him, oh, well then you can't be with anybody then, which dude had some other girl anyway that was willing to do what he wanted. And then the freaking mom was in on the situation. She didn't care. And it was okay. I mean, Brian obviously saves her. Plus, Tyson also helps. But it was just, Riot ends up taking a bullet for Blakely. And when I tell you that scene, my heart sank. Okay? I thought he died. I did. I mean, and even with that, like, he confesses how he feels while he's laying on the floor dying. And it's just, I didn't know what I was expecting, okay? Because again, this was early on into my introduction to the genre. I've read a couple before it, but I didn't know what I was expecting to happen, but it wasn't that. It just wasn't. It wasn't that. But it was a good ending. It was a very happy ending. It was very crazy. Her ex, they dealt with him like they should have, because the dude is all around. Once you get to the end, you discover all the crappy things that he did and the start of how all of this came into fruition. And it started with freaking Matt. It started with him. And the ball came rolling, okay? Because they were like, oh, he got to go. We got to deal with him. He's not it. But I do very highly recommend it. It is a great book. I love their relationship. They are my favorite couple so far in the L.O.R.D series. I have not read all of them. I'm probably going to do another book with the other books. Or another video with the other books. What am I talking about? But with that, we get into the sacrifice. There isn't one in between, but I wanted this one because you meet Tyson in the ritual. This is Tyson's story. This is what happened with him. And let me just say, they did him dirty. Okay? The L.O.R.Ds did this man dirty. He did not deserve what happened to him when it wasn't even his fault. Okay? Now, this is about him and Lakeland. Lakeland is his girl. To be honest, she's not my favorite. She's cool, but there were some instances where I was just like, I was annoyed with her a little bit. But just given her circumstances, I kind of get some of her actions. So I was like, okay, that's fine. But then some circumstances, it was just, I don't know. She just wasn't my favorite FMC that I've read. She's kind of more on the bottom list if I had to pick one. But this one is about basically Tyson getting revenge for what they did to him. He gets revenge. Lakeland's father, that's really how it starts. He does something to Lakeland's father that he was told to do, because they're the L.O.R.Ds and how the structure works. There's a hierarchy, okay? Some hierarchy. Some people are over others based on your status, or some people are better in charge. They told Tyson to do something, I think while he was still in college, or he hasn't officially got his title yet, but they told him to do something. When they tell you to do something, you have to do it or they will kill you. Bottom line, he did it. And, obviously, you do something to somebody, they're going to want revenge. It's Lakeland's father, who is a Lord, by the way, so he should understand that when the Lords tell you to do something, you do it. But no, he wants revenge on Tyson for something he did that the Lords told him to do, that he had to do. He fakes his daughter's death. He tries to sell off his other daughter. He tries to get Tyson arrested for murder for the first daughter's death. And I'm just like, so y'all just gonna let this man happen? And the freaking Lords didn't help. They were like, oh, well, we can't really help you unless we strip you of your title. And it was just like, what? I mean, he was okay with it. He was like, you know what? Screw y'all. I can do what I want. He does what he wants anyway. He got a cool little club out of it. But it was just like, I would want revenge on them. Y'all try to ruin my life for something that wasn't even my decision. Maybe if Lakeland's father wasn't, an asshole and being unfaithful to his wife, Tyson wouldn't have been able to get dirt on him like the Lords told them to make them do what, they wanted. Okay? And then you try to marry your second daughter off to a man who I 100% believe that he knew his intentions. Luke, that's the name of the dude. I fully believe her father knew that man's intentions. Because the thing is, it was very specific that she had to be a virgin when they got married. And I'm just like, I get it. I'm sure that maybe that was just his preference. But at the same time, that was stressed. Like, it was just overly stressed. Like, why did that matter so much? And it was because when you're, trafficking, sometimes things like, I don't know, virgins, I guess they were higher valued. I don't know, the whole thing, I didn't care about that part. It was just, the sister was also helping. The one that faked her death, this bitch decides to come back thinking she's just gonna get all shit she wants and everything's gonna be whoop-de-doo for her. Are you crazy? The man, Tyson ends up marrying Lakeland in the beginning. That's what it's about. Like, she bomb rushes this wedding, gets rid of Luke, puts him somewhere, I don't even know, and forces Lakeland to marry him instead. Her sister knew the type of man that Tyson was. And you thought you was really finna get away with this? You didn't think he was gonna come back and figure it out? And freaking Lakeland not understand. She literally learns about a lot of the stuff that's happening, what they've been doing, what her father's been doing, the people deceiving. She's been learning that she's being deceived by her family, the people she was supposed to love, and things like that. And then not realizing Tyson was just trying to protect her. He knew what they were going. He found out what they had planned for her. So he got her into a position where they couldn't. He wanted to stop that. And he did. And it's just and the sister still, at the end, she was still trying to plead her case. Like, sweetheart, no. No. Because you went along with that. You went along with the plan. Don't try to act all innocent. You knew what you was doing. Then you came back and you tried to sell off your sister like she was nothing, trying to make her seem lower than she is because you didn't get what you wanted. No. Okay? Now, still, a great book. It is amazing. I recommend it. I love Tyson since, the ritual, because he helped protect Blakely. He seemed really cool. I wanted to know his story. I wanted to know what they did to him. And they did him dirty. Okay? That's all I got to say. They did my man dirty. And they got what they deserved. Okay? That's all I got to say. But yes, that is that rant for these. They are amazing. They're part of the L.O.R.D series. There's multiple books. I recommend them. This is probably going to be a part 1 video. Because there are more books. But I haven't read them yet. So I'll probably do some videos on them when I actually read them, depending on which ones I read. But that is it for that little video. Again, I'm always taking recommendations for books, looking for new ones that maybe I've read, and I can just go ahead and do a video on them. But yes, you guys have a great day, and I will see you next time.